scene. The paramedics detected a pulse in the ambulance, and the suspect was flown by helicopter to New York City. Doulos was taken here to the Jacobi Medical Center in the Bronx, which has a renowned hyperbaric treatment facility. It's been reported that he's on life support, and even if he survives, it's unclear Doulos' life.
The door alone weighs about 700 pounds, and it can fit up to 9 people. Typically, a patient would sit here and receive 100% oxygen through a mask.
Doulos is charged with murdering his wife, Jennifer, the mother of his 5 children, 8 months ago. He was out on $6 million bail, but feared it might be revoked, apparently leading to his suicide attempt. Doulos' attorney just visited his client.
His medical condition is dire. I look back and wonder what I missed.
The Hartford Courant newspaper reports police actually notified Jennifer Doulos' mother, who was taking care of the children, that Photos Doulos was dead. They then called back to correct the information. More drama at the impeachment trial in Washington today, with both sides arguing that if witnesses should be called to testify. Democrats want to hear from former National Security Advisor John Bolton. He's being attacked today by the president and his team. We got reaction to all of this from presidential hopeful Pete Buttigieg, who I caught up with on the campaign trail outside Des Moines. John Bolton is under attack today, slammed by the president's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, for his tell-all book, which has thrown the impeachment trial into turmoil.
That's classic backstabber.
The president is also lashing out at Bolton, tweeting today that he fired Bolton because if I listened to him, we would be in World War VI by now.
It seems that just about everybody who works for this president either regrets it or has something damning to say.
Now Democratic presidential hopeful Pete Buttigieg is among those calling for Bolton to testify at the impeachment trial.
If this president is innocent, why are they working so hard to suppress witnesses and evidence? Shouldn't witnesses and evidence help show that the president's innocent?
I caught up with Mayor Pete at his campaign headquarters in Des Moines.
There's a lot of adrenaline. We've been doing this for more than a year now, and we're less than a week away from that critical day of the Iowa caucus.
With just 5 days to go, he's pulling out all the stops, crisscrossing the state on a campaign blitz. And his teams made it easy to pronounce his name. You solved the pronunciation problem. How helpful has this sticker been?
You know, it's great. It helps people figure out how to say it.
You got some good news from the latest polls. What does that tell you?
We're in a position to succeed, but the polls go up or down. You don't want to get too caught up in that because a lot of folks are making up their minds just in these last few days. That's why we're racing across the state, holding town hall events, giving speeches, making sure that I'm connecting with voters.
How important is victory in this state for the overall campaign?
We have to perform well here in Iowa because there's a lot of talk about who's good at winning elections, but this is the first chance to show versus tell that we have a winning message for 2020.
You can see our full interview with Mayor Pete Buttigieg on our website, InsideEdition.com. There are all kinds of reactions to appraisals on Antiques Roadshow, but never one like this.
You okay?
Let's trend on a guy that actually falls to the ground in a faint when he hears how much that Rolex watch is worth.
This guy with the long gray hair brought his Rolex watch on Antiques Roadshow. Look what happens next.
A watch like this at auction is worth about $400,000. You okay?
He's fine, but when he got back on his feet, things got even crazier.
Your watch at auction today, $500,000 to $700,000.
Peter Plains is the appraiser who delivered the amazing news.
He just went flat on the ground, which I've never seen that happen before, and it was unbelievable.
Antiques Roadshow was in North Dakota when this Air Force veteran named Dave showed off his Rolex. He said he purchased the watch in 1974 for just $345.97. Look, he still had the receipt. The watch was in pristine condition.
After I got out of the service, I
had other watches I wore, and I just put this one into a safety deposit box. It stayed there for 30 or 40 years.
Why is it so valuable? This particular Rolex is a similar model to the legendary Paul Newman watch, which fetched nearly $18 million at auction 2 years ago. What is it about that model that makes it so valuable?
I think it's probably the finest example of that model in the world. I don't think there's a better one that exists.
Now Dave has his own Rolex story to tell. So who can blame him for being knocked off his feet?
Dave says he originally bought the Rolex to wear scuba diving, but he decided it was so nice he should just tuck it away. Smart decision. We'll be back with more right after this.
Next, man on a ledge. High-rise inferno. And special Inside Edition Super Bowl correspondent, Sailor Brinkley Cook. On the field with the cheerleaders. Inside Edition with Deborah Norville. We'll be right back. Coming up all new on Local 4 News at
A real-life towering inferno. The images are heart-stopping, including this moment of a man inching across a ledge to get away from the flames.
Fire erupts in a Los Angeles high-rise. A massive fireball of red-orange pours out from condo units.
We do have jumpers. I repeat, we do have jumpers. Tell that person not to jump.
There are reports of frightened residents wanting to jump. Look, that's a man scaling his balcony, fleeing flames. He's 6 stories high and hanging on to a 2-inch ledge that's burning hot. A firefighter rushes up a ladder to his aid. The building is 25 stories high and is in the heart of Brentwood. more than a dozen residents made their way to the roof to be airlifted. In this airlift, a firefighter brings dogs to safety. Once the firefighters back on the ground, you can see the dogs being reunited with their relieved owner. Eric Kea says the fire was so fast moving, he didn't even have time to put on his shoes.
And I just watched my apartment burn down and there's literally nothing left to it.
Incredibly, this is the same building that caught fire 7 years ago. Several people were injured in that fire, including a mom and her young daughter. There are 8 reported injuries in today's inferno that firefighters say is suspicious.
We do have jumpers. I repeat, we do have jumpers.
Here in New York, another distraught woman on the witness stand describing the time she says she was sexually assaulted by Harvey Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein faced another accuser in court today. Aspiring actress Dawn Dunning took the stand and said Weinstein put his hand under her skirt during a meeting in a hotel room about a possible movie role. The actress said she had several meetings with Harvey Weinstein to discuss her career. She testified about one particularly creepy encounter where she said that Weinstein tried to talk her into having a threesome with another woman. She laughed, thinking he was joking, but then he started screaming at her, saying that she would, quote, never work in this business. This is how the industry works. She's told the story before in an interview with NBC News.
He just cut right to the chase and said, these are contracts for my next 3 films. I'll sign them, but I want you to have a threesome with me and my assistant.
Dunning testified that during his tirade, Weinstein named other actresses he claimed had gotten ahead because of what they were willing to do, including Charlize Theron and Salma Hayek. He was screaming. He was a big guy, and he was towering over me. I was really scared, she said. After the hotel incident with Weinstein, Dawn Dunning says she stopped acting.
We reached out to Salma Hayek and Charlize Theron, but did not hear back. Previously, Ms. Hayek has accused Weinstein of sexual harassment, calling him a monster. Theron has said that Weinstein has spread rumors about them having sex. Harvey Weinstein has denied all allegations of non-consensual sex. We'll be back.
How do your teeth get a dentist clean feeling? Start with a round brush head.